Hello, it's Dominique. Today I want to show you a technique of making pockets. There are so many ways to make pockets. I was working on this project right here. I have a page where I'm making an envelope, kind of with the two envelope closures with the little string, remember? So this is opening like this and this is opening like this, and I decided that I would make pockets here. I will probably make other ones here, but I just wanted to show you this portion here I'll be working on. But before I do that, I want to show you the other way that I've made pockets many times in the past. I'll give you an example here. So the same page that I'm making right here with another paper collection, of course, but still it's the same technique. So what I've done here, well, I made the pockets like vertical, but still. So here you have the pockets. So what you have is that the problem is that when you want to put a mat in there, photo mat, because I've glued them on the sides and around, they're totally glued onto the page. So then you don't have this little space right here. You cannot have anything going that far on each side because it's glue underneath. So I thought I would make a different technique. I've watched a couple of videos yesterday, and especially the one with Anna from Anna's Paper Creations. She has a good technique, but I didn't want to make that one for a project that I'm making right now. And so I decided to design my own. I don't know, maybe it exists somewhere, but I just wanted to show you what I have thought of. First of all, this here, I should have made this as wide as the page, because then if I want to put my pockets, if I want to hide the tapered piece here, I have to go like all the way to the edge of the page to hide all of this, but then it's coming out on each side, so we'll see the white paper coming here. I could have done that in paper, yellow paper, but anyways, I've cut everything in the white paper, so I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is a surface that I need to cover. So I decide, first of all, I have to measure the width of my page that I want to cover my pockets to be. So here I have like 5.5, just a tiny little bit less, so 5.5, and you have to add 1/4 inch on each side, so that will be 6 inches. So I have my pieces here 6 inches, and also what I measure is I measure how high I want my pockets to be, like if I want one here, 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 whatever. So you decide how much you want your paper, like all the strips, to be, the length of them. So what I've decided is that they would be 4 inches. So I've cut this piece here. That's 4 inches by 6 inches. And then what I've done, when I had my sheet, I went on my scoreboard. Let me get this here. So I had my sheet that was not cut, so I cut it because I just wanted to make sure that it was working. So I had my sheet that was like this. So what I did is I scored 1/4 inch each side. So then I get to have the exact same width as my page here that I want to make my pockets. Okay, so you score them. So now that way you're sure that all your pockets will be the same width because it was all in one sheet before you cut it here. Okay, so you score here and here. Then you decide with your paper trimmer, you decide how wide you want your pockets. So I decided they would be 1 inch each, and then the rest would be the bottom part. So we're going to have one here, and one here. And the thing is that the way I want to do it, so I'm going to glue those on, so you don't need to mat your page before you do the pockets. That's the thing I like, because sometimes I'm giving classes and I really have a lot to show and we don't have much time. So if I could do all the pockets and all there is to do after that is just matting, they can do that at home because they know how to mat. So that makes it much easier. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So I'm going to glue this one on. So I'm starting with the bottom one to glue on the bottom piece. And what you could do also is you could have another 1/4 inch for the at the bottom so you can fold it, but I decided that I wouldn't have that, so I just glue that down because it's going to be plenty of room. So the bottom part I don't mind so much that it's going to be glued on. So you have to glue that on, and then you make sure it doesn't smear so that your pocket is free. And I would go all the way. Here I have a little gusset. Oh, first of all, I was forgetting. I decided to make a little waterfall here, so I should glue that on first. So I have this pocket that this page here that I've calculated how much I want it to be, and then I added kind of a quarter of an inch. I made tiny little gusset because of the pages here, the pockets, there will be stuff in there, so I need to have a little gusset, and I've tapered my corners. So I'm going to glue that on right here. So this is going to be right on the gusset, like on the line of the gusset. You have to make sure that you can see the gusset. Always keep your gussets clear. So this is going to be there. So now I'm ready to glue that on. So this is there. This is the bottom part where I put the glue. So I'm gluing that down here. Now here I have to clear the gusset of this page right here. So it has to be flush. So here is all the way to the edge. And then here too. So I'm gluing that down. Okay. It's a little bit off. Do like this and this here. And then all I have to do is glue those right on top of them. And I don't even need to taper them because they'll be covered with paper, like pattern paper after that. So I just put the glue right here. And all I have to do is just have it flush to the other pocket. That's all I need to do. I have them flush like this, and then I cover with the paper. The pattern paper was going to be going inside just a little bit, so it'll make this flap here, the pocket will be kind of closed that way. But still, we want to have all our pockets to go all the way down. So you see, that's how it's going to go. So I'm going to do this one here so that you know it's done, and then I'm going to show you how I cover my pockets with the pattern paper. So I leave it flush. You can leave a tiny little bit just so that it's easier to have your mat go in, but really, so this is all I have. So you have this piece here, the back one, the top one I should say, goes all the way down. This one goes all the way down, and this one too. So you can have smaller ones here and then larger ones over there. So this is all glued on. So now what I do is I have all my pattern paper has been cut. If you have to distress anything, it's the time right now to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that little piece here. It's going to be matted there. This is going right there. So I've cut my pattern paper just like a 1/16 of an inch shorter all around, so that I can still see a little bit of the white underneath. I have 3 of these. So this is the one that's going to go on the top here. This one is going to go here, and this one's going to go here. So I'm going to use this one first. So I have to cut them all the same width. They're all good. So here, what you're going to do is you're going to, what I suggest, you put the glue on your pattern paper here, but just on the 3 sides here. The lower side, I'm just going to put one here, because the thing is that if you put some there, and then you by mistake you put it all the way to the edge, if you put it down because it's going inside a little bit, then it's going to glue inside, and we don't want that because we want the pockets to be free all the way. So to be sure that I don't do that, I just put it up here, and then this one here I'm going to put on the pocket. So then I'm sure it's not going to smear or do anything like that. So this goes here. So when you cut your pieces here, you have to make them longer here so that it kind of covers the other pocket underneath, so that it doesn't, because if it's flush, it'll be harder to guide your page into it. So if it's a little bit longer, then you're sure that your paper is going to be, your mat is going to go inside with no problems. If it would be just flush like this, you'd go like this. Oh, it's not going in. So if you have it to show the way to go in, then you don't have any problems. I think I'm going to use this one right here, and then that one here. Is that long enough? Yep. So this one's gonna go inside here. So again, I put the glue on the two sides on the top. You could also put it on the top here on your page. And then I think I'm gonna put a little bit here. And then a line right here. Just so that it glues onto the lower edge. So you put it right inside. And then you just glue it so that you have the same border all around. Like this. And then the last one's gonna go right here. Again, you have a gusset here you have to clear. So this one, because it's the back one, I will glue all around. And then it has to go inside. And then you have to make sure that when you put it in, you kind of cover the pieces that you've wrapped around so that you don't see that. So I'll make sure that I'm all the way to the gusset right here. And that's it. There you have a page. So that was really, really easy. I think that's the easiest way and the proper way to do it. We have 1, 2, to make sure that, see, you have to check right away because you might have, the glue might have smeared, so you just want to remove it before it dries that way. Here again, smeared a little bit. Have to make sure that it's not gluing. That's because when I put my card, this one here, I went a little bit too low and I had glue on my piece here, and then I moved it up, and so it made a little bit of glue right down there. So I'm just going to remove it like this. So that's it. You have 2 pockets. 1, 2, 3, easy enough. And then you have to cover whatever you want to finish your page. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, you can click on the thumbs up button if you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do so right now. Just hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be aware of the other videos. You can click on that little bell there, so anytime I have a new video coming, then you'll be aware, and then you can watch it. So until next time, see you. Bye bye.